How's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bungle. If you're unfamiliar with me, I like to do YouTube videos using whiteboard presentations, talking about various topics in video games, and one of them we're going to be talking about today is Enlisted, the World War II free-to-play first-person shooter. You may be asking, what is Enlisted, right? Enlisted is basically a good alternative to, let's say, Battlefield 5. If you want kind of historical accuracy, also some kind of arcade gameplay, Enlisted is your way to go. Now you may be wondering, alright, what are we talking about today, Bungle? Well, we're going to be talking about the Battle of Moscow, the German Premium Engineer Squad, right? So the German Premium Engineer Squad is going to cost you roughly $40. You may be wondering, okay, what's kind of the deal with this? Why does this cost money, $40, anything like that? What's the point of premium, right? So basically with kind of free-to-play games, you're familiar with them, they have a pay for convenience, right? So free-to-play games tend to be kind of grindy when it comes to unlocking new content, new features and everything like that. And in Enlisted, we have that campaign system where each campaign level you unlock a new vehicle, a new squad, a new weapon, etc. So in here, for having a premium squad, right, in addition to a premium account, expedites that grind. Now, we're going to talk about the overview, we're going to go talk about kind of what the engineer class does, and then lastly we're going to talk about the benefits of a premium account or a premium squad. So starting off right away, we're going to be talking about the overview, right? So basically with the overview of an engineer class, it's a support class. It's not an assault or a machine gunner class where you run out to the battle yellow and try to kill as many opponents as you can before you die and have to respawn into another class. No, the engineer class is there to kind of support your team and also prevent the capabilities of the enemy, right? So it's kind of restricting their movement through building obstacles and also taking out their equipment through building gun emplacements, etc. So kind of what the engineer class does, and if you haven't watched my engineer class video, highly recommend you check it out. I'll link it down in the description below. I can tell you how to play the engineer class kind of to the best of your ability. So there's two types of classes right now in the game for engineer, level 1 and level 2. Level 1 doesn't really get that many options to build stuff compared to level 2. Level 2 basically got the full kit, the whole arsenal. The whole armory is open to you as an engineer. And the premium squad here is going to be a level 2, right? So of course, you're ready to get the whole armory open. So what can you do with an engineer class building? Well, you can build obstacles such as barbed wire, you can build sandbags, you can also build resupply points, a respawn point, like a tactical insurgent. Ever played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, for example? It's a point where you can basically respawn, your team can respawn, and you can build it as close to the objective as you can, and then from there your team responds, you can kind of capture the objective or defend it. Also, in addition to it, you also get to build gun emplacements. Since this is going to be a level 2 class, you can build a machine gun emplacement, which you can use to take out your team, enemy team. Enemy team gets very, very frustrated with you when you try to do that, especially if you build it at choke points. Whew, they get very, very mad as they try to go and do things like revenge bombing or try to flank around the map to try to get you, so it's kind of crazy, right? But it's also kind of funny seeing the enemy team get upset. You can also build anti-aircraft guns, which can be used to take out aircraft as well as infantry, and you can build anti-tank guns. And for this case, for engineers from Germany, you can build a PaK-38, which can take out T-60s. Onward past T-60s, you want to get them on side shots, right? Frontal armor is going to get better for Soviets as they progress with the various tank levels. Now, another thing of this too, is you get the M28 rifle. M28 can one-shot opponents. It's a bolt-action rifle, right? So this isn't going to be your semi-automatic, so you got to keep that in mind, right? It's going to be a quick reload with the bolt action, but it's not going to do as much as a semi-automatic or a machine gun, or let's say an MP40, MP41 would do. So keep this in mind, right? This isn't the class you take out to the front lines to yellow, right? As an engineer, you build obstacles, you build stuff for your team, and you try to, restrict the enemy's capabilities with machine gun nests, restricting their movement, taking out their aircraft, taking out their tanks, etc., right? So keep that in mind. So you may be wondering, okay, what's the benefits of having a premium squad? So you get XP, right? XP is a big thing. If you have a premium account and XP, doing well in the engineer class, or doing top half of your team, if not better, is going to go and expedite your campaign level grind, right? I'm not going to say you're going to go from level 1 to level 25 in one day, but you're going to see it pay way more dividends than you would if you're just playing with a free-to-play account or just playing regular premium. In addition to it, you get a level 4 crew that has everything maxed out, right? They have perks related to their engineer class, which helps the engineer class do their job of building obstacles quicker, etc., right? You also get basically pre-configured with their weapons, everything like that. So if you played the tech tree versions, you understand that Usually get a level 3 squad leader and everyone else is just a regular Joe. Level 1, you gotta go, kind of build a bear with trying to train them, get new equipment, buy equipment, everything like that. A lot of micromanaging, right? Basically, the best thing about premium squads is you pick them up, you just buy them. Once you buy them, you don't have to do anything with them, just take them into battle and do as well as you can. Now, one of the things I always hit on in my videos with premium content and stuff like that is that you have to understand where you're at right now as a player. Are you finding yourself in the bottom half of the team? Are you usually struggling to do well in the game, right? The problem is, with this price tag of 40 bucks, is if you are struggling, if you are having a hard time mastering the game, mastering the engineer class, or just mastering playing the game in general, you understand that putting 40 bucks down, that ROI is not going to help you at all. It really, you're not going to see that much of a difference. And I hate to be mean with saying this, but if you're struggling with the game, right, you need to understand how to play the game, master the game first before you start buying the premium content. Because the premium content is there, right, for convenience, but it's also there to kind of expedite your grind. And if to get that maximum ROI, the return on investment, is that you need to understand how to play the game well, right? If you're playing to the point where you're top half of your team, you know how the engineer class is, and if you're at this point in the video and you know that like, hey, I'm good Bungo, I'm good with that, then definitely, if you feel comfortable with it, go ahead and purchase the engineer class, right? Because you understand that will give you that ROI. But if you're struggling, if you're new to the game, please, whatever you do not go and start buying premium squads and everything like that. You need to understand how to do the basics, right? Get the fundamentals of the game down. Understand what the engineer class does, how to help your team out and everything like that. If you be a Timmy and you just go and start buying this, right, you're gonna get that buyer's remorse. And that's when some people go on the forums and they start complaining, like, oh, this is terrible. No, you need to understand how to master the class. This is like any other free-to-play game that has premium content or premium versions, right? One of my biggest problems I always did when I played wargaming games like World of Tanks or War Thunder is that, not War Thunder, not so much War Thunder, Wargaming, World of Warships, World of Tanks, I would always purchase the $60 tanks or whatever just because, I thought it was cool, right? And then I'd take it out in battle and just get slammed, right? So the thing I realized with these free-to-play games too, if you master kind of how to play the game, if you're comfortable playing it, and you get the premium equivalent of the regular tech tree version or whatever, or the campaign level, and you do really well with it, then you're gonna start seeing ROI, right? And the thing is too, you got to ask yourself, if you're playing this game every day, right? You got other games on your Steam library you gotta play, Origin, whatever the tech system you use, and if this is the only game you're playing, you gotta keep in mind you want that ROI, right? You want that return on investment. Why would you kind of handicap yourself by not getting premium or not getting premium time, etc.? If you can afford it, why not do it? Because you can get that ROI. That's kind of my logic with the whole premium content. I understand there's a paywall and everything like that, but compared to the $60 games that are being produced nowadays, which generally I would say, give me a game in the last year, this last year that was amazing, right? That you had to pick up right away. It was a great $60 game, right? Not much comes to my mind, right? Maybe Witcher 3, but that came out 2 years ago. Cyberpunk, right? Everyone hyped that up, and that didn't do too well either. So the $60 game analogy a lot of people like to use, like, very rarely have I seen in the last, let's say, 2-3 years, any $60 game that's been knock my socks off, I need to go buy it. It seems like $60 games or that argument, it doesn't really stand up in 2021 or anything anymore, because you can see a lot of the games are copy-paste or just cutting corners and everything like that. I think the AAA staple isn't the same as they used to be. So, but I rest my case. If you reached this point in the video, thanks for sticking around. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button, I hope today is the day that I earned your subscription. Other than that, comment down below what you think about the engineer class. If you've got any other suggestions for future content and everything like that, comment down below, I'll take a look at it. But other than that, I really do appreciate you all sticking around. If you want a tank class video, let me know. I'll do a tank class video and I'll talk about that as well. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.